The ones who had to like sync it by hand.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that sucked ass.
Okay. So,
Hello.
let's get started. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Iron House podcast. My name is Sofian, different host than what you guys are used to. I'm here with...
The one and only Fleur.
Yeah. And I'm Darryl.
also known as Mr. and Mrs. Romein.
Yes.
Also known as owners and founders of Iron House, hence Iron House Podcast. Welcome.
Boss lady and big boss.
There you go. That's it.
Tiny boss.
Good cop, bad cop.
That was they call you? Yeah.
Who's the bad cop?
I think we can.
We'll leave that to the people to decide who's good and who's bad.
Who's more intimidating, me or Fleur?
I know the answer to that, but I want to know what the people have to say.
Neither of us are
You have big eyebrows.
That's right. Eyebrows do scare people, but we're very very warm and
Very
welcoming
soft
and
people.
exactly.
Definitely.
We're all about the love.
Yes. So we're here to talk about Iron House, obviously.
Yes.
So
How we started Iron House.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're just gonna jump straight in. How did Iron House start? What was the first seed planted of? Hey, we may start something like Iron House. Not even Iron House, but something like it.
I remember what it was.
Okay. So you tell your story and I tell mine.
Are there two stories?
I don't know.
I think it's the same story.
Well,
Go for it.
I don't know like what the exact point was for you to decide this.
I think we kind of got the idea to just do our own thing because we were living together in Canal Island and going to Fit for Free. And we were just not having a very excellent time at Fit for Free. And then we saw...
Oh, because I was still training at Gold's Gym in Nieuwegein.
Okay.
And Darryl was a member at Fit for Free. And
'Cause I was broke.
sometimes... and we lived closer to Fit for Free.
Nieuwegein, Kanaal is pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's-
I did this insanity workouts at home
Yeah.
in front of the TV, and then after 5 minutes, I was like, fuck this
Tired.
shit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch TV.
I tried to join her once and that was it. Never again.
That's probably the most cardio we've done
Yeah.
ever since.
Well, going to Fit for Free, we were very dissatisfied with the service. And it was just, the vibe wasn't good. It's shitty equipment. It's just boring. And we were seeing a lot of stuff on YouTube about Barbell Brigade in the States. And you had Metroflex and you had Muscle Beach. You had Super Training Gym.
Good vibes.
Yeah, so we saw all those gyms. You had college gyms, for example, UCLA's gym and NFL team gyms and that stuff. So we thought, man, this is this is a gym. Everything else is basically like a health center or a fitness center, but none of them are really gyms. Back then they weren't. Now you have, even a commercial gym has a deadlift platform now and a power rack, but still not really, not a gym. So we thought, man, wouldn't it be nice to, have our own gym the way you do it right? And that kind of came from, I guess, suffering in the Fit for Free.
For how
But
long?
not only suffering, but also the equipment at Fit for Free was really shitty. And yeah, we compared it to a gym that we went to on Curaçao.
Yeah.
And the vibe there was totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people were there training for like common goals. So we saw Roelie Winkelaar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he
People
was
who know him.
Yeah, if you know, come on, you got to know who Louis Winkler is. Shout out to Louis Winkler.
Huge dude.
Huge dude.
Yeah, when I saw him the first time in real life, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you are a big
dude.
guy."
Yeah.
This is.
But
I didn't ever see anyone compared to him.
Yeah, that's
It was like clouds. His arms are like clouds.
Yeah.
that was the first time Fleur saw a professional bodybuilder,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
I think he was bulking too because he was extra big.
Oh yeah.
He was massive. Dude.
Good dude to see as a first time.
Absolutely. Very inspiring dude.
First time. So, but then obviously Iron House doesn't it's not built from within a month. So then from there we go because you guys
Just
still
a
go to
week.
school. Yeah, just a week. You guys are still in school, still in college.
Yeah.
Right.
You want
Not the easiest time to
but
start a business like this.
No, so it's actually a really interesting way that we started. You want to tell the story?
Yeah, you're gonna add things to it anyway.
Yeah, you go. You got it.
That was like the side part.
Yeah, so like at that point we were like, okay, let's just write a business plan and see what we can come up with. So there was working, like he's always like researching a lot. So then he researched so much, and we were almost done with the whole school thing, and we had to write a thesis. And then
And do
we
an
were like,
internship.
okay, we can do an internship and a thesis about a company we'll most likely never going to be working at. Or we can write a thesis about our own company. But that's not something that happens regularly. So we were like, okay, let's go to school, be the different people, and, aim for the stars.
And they just gave you a
Yeah.
check. Be like, hey, yeah, sure, you just do this.
No, we had to use this weird loophole that they had for your
Mhm.
graduation thesis.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to do an internship, write a thesis about it, and then that's the traditional way. But yeah, like Fleur said, we wanted to do our own thing
Yeah.
because we knew that it wouldn't serve us very well. Like the whole study didn't serve us all that well. We did a lot of self-study to make sure that we got a lot out of it. So we used a loophole, and we had to convince the school to. Yeah, you would know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the same studies.
So I had to use a loophole to let us get accredited for our thesis.
Yeah,
doing
and
our
we
own
also
thing.
had to write a report or something, and to had it approved by like multiple teachers,
Yeah.
and then we had to go to a school hub for graduates or almost graduating students, where they all come together to work on their, new business
Yeah.
/ thesis / internship.
So I had to do a
It
lot
was
of
called Student Inc.
yeah,
If you ever want.
a lot of hoop jumping and a lot of
Okay.
we had to get a lot of stuff approved, but we had to basically prove to them that it was a worthwhile learning experience that connected with the study we're doing. But we wrote a really good plan for it, and we got approved pretty easily. And then we just spent the time, instead of doing the thesis, we spent the time researching and building a whole business plan for what Iron House would be. At that point, we had nothing, just the idea and the notion to do it. And while doing it, we basically we lived the fake it till you make it idea. We just told people, hey, we're starting a gym,
Yeah.
and just to see how much traction we got. And we had, I guess, a pre-sign up page. We got 125 people to sign up for the gym
Oh, wow.
in a few weeks.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
funny
shit,
thing
that's-
is, there were a few funny things. First of all, we were living in Overweg at the moment, because like from Kanaleneiland, we moved to Overweg,
Yeah.
and there we went to Fit for Free both in the last year of our studies.
Yeah.
And we were walking in Overweg around the
yeah.
tuincentrum, and all of a sudden, a car is driving super fast and stops next to us, and we were like, "Okay, what's going on?
I was like,
this
it's about to go
person
down."
is like, what, like it was not the he looks kind of intimidating as
Yeah,
well,
he
like a
does.
big guy. I think he does like hoe zeg je dat?
He's a bouncer.
Yeah,
He's
bouncer.
a
He's a
bouncer.
bouncer.
Yeah.
It's a
Huge dude.
So you were
security
like,
guard.
"Oh, you're
Yep.
from Iron House. You're from Iron House.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this. My friend sent me the link. I signed up. I pre-signed up. So that was
Yeah.
really
And
cool.
That's love.
he's still a member to this day.
He is still a member
Ish.
to this
Shout
day.
out to
Yeah.
Ish.
Still works
Yeah.
out regularly.
Yeah,
he's still there.
Still loves the gym. Still comes in.
Yep.
Yeah, so he just pulled up on us. We're like, oh man, it's going down. And he was like the nicest guy. He's a big dude because
He
he
is-
he
if
does
you see him,
strongman training. So
You don't want to fuck with him.
No,
but if you start
absolutely
talking
not.
to him, he's the nicest guy.
yeah.
He's the nicest
He's
guy.
really sweet.
So you guys were...
And then the second thing
yeah, go
was
on.
that Tessa came here because I asked her when we started, or when we did the research, we interviewed a few people, also in Fit for Free. I'm sorry. But
Scouted all of them.
apparently, I don't even remember going to Tessa, but we spoke to Tessa about it.
The Tesla that works here.
Yeah, at Fit for Free.
Oh, no. And then like 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah, before Inos
yeah.
existed. Before
And
we
then
like 7
during
years
the
ago
lockdown,
even.
she was like, "Okay, I want to keep training and I want to go, like, train outdoors." And then she became a member. And
Oh, that's
then,
crazy. But Tesla was super young then.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
That's
also,
crazy.
like the first people we told about the fact that we're starting a gym were 2 people who were also members at Fit for Free at that time.
yeah,
Rutger and Bianca.
Oh, yeah.
So they were the first ones that we.
Very beloved members.
Yeah. So they were also the first actual members of the gym, and they're still members today too.
Yeah.
And so we engaged with them about it before we weren't even like really busy writing the business plan yet for school, let alone the actual business plan that we have to go write for the bank and shit afterwards.
Yeah.
You know. So like it's funny how they're all still members.
yeah.
Shows community love.
Absolutely,
Shows
and
community
that's
love.
one of the biggest characteristics of our gym, I think, is the community love,
Definitely.
and it goes to show for it.
So you guys were basically recruiting people
Yeah.
without
Hey,
without none.
Yeah.
no, we fake it till you make it, bro.
There you go. So you
We're
guys
like,
didn't
this
have.
is gonna be it.
So, but the one thing you need is a place,
Yeah.
right? So then there's the idea, but then where do we go from there?
Yeah, so we got to take a few steps back because once we got the plan approved for school, we had to write out a very thorough business plan. And we were really aware of the fact that we can't really fuck this up because if we go through all the loopholes and get the bylaw to get to do this and we hand
Do it
in
all over again.
Yeah, we hand in something that they're not going to see as worthy of accreditation, then we're fucked. So we went overboard. We wrote like as best a business plan as we could. And when we were done with that and we got a good grade, I think we got like an 8 or something for it. Then
I don't remember.
and
Grades are not something that we're still.
no, it's completely unimportant.
Yeah.
Like a 6 would have been fine too.
Hey, pass is a pass.
But as we were doing that, and once we finished, we realized we have something really special here. So many people signed up, and we're getting a lot of attention on Instagram and on Facebook. People contacting us. We also did the work to go meet with people in person who would want to sign up. I had like coffee with people just in the city, just to be like, hey, so we're planning on doing this. What do you think? So we did all the nitty gritty work as well. And once we were done, we knew, okay, we actually have something really special here. It was a place in the market because before we came along, there weren't really a lot of strength gyms. You had really good bodybuilding gyms, for example, like Fox Gym they were around a little bit more before us, but they were like focused on bodybuilding, and they had that on pack. There was no reason to go try and compete with them. And you had good CrossFit boxes, for example, but nothing really focused on strength and performance and community like we did. So we knew we got to set the bar and we got to be the first ones to do it. So when we graduated, we were like, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's really try and go for it. And that came the moment where we had to go write the real business plan. And like you said, go find a location.
Yeah.
And you would be surprised how hard it is to be taken seriously when you're, just out of school, young, maybe look like me. And Fleur has a very young appearance back then. So it was hard to be taken seriously. So we had to work a little bit extra hard to get shit done. And there were, enough struggles that come with starting a business, but let alone starting a business young, straight out of school, with basically no means.
Yeah, still people don't take us seriously always.
No.
So,
Yeah,
Even though look at the Iron House, but hey,
exactly.
yeah.
they're lost. They're
And
lost.
we do it for our members, and that's
Exactly.
all that matters.
Yeah.
And
So
then
then you
Darryl
guys,
was.
then you guys got the place.
Yeah, Darryl contacted some real estate agency, and they helped
Yeah.
because the place that was before was something with tiles, and they went bankrupt.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they had to get rid of the place.
So
It was really a right moment at the right time, kind of right place, right time kind of situation.
yeah.
But we also opened the gym along with a few friends of mine back in the day. You remember Tyzik, right?
Yeah.
So he was also part of it in the beginning. We had to convince the school to also let him join the office there because it was technically against the rules. So we really had to have a really good proposal to have so many people go via that way. So that's how we technically opened the gym, and we had to. It was all hands trying to find the right place and trying to find something that made sense. But yeah, we were young and just out of school. We had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of gumption. We had a lot of
There you go.
motivation. So we kind of had to see through the ugliness of what it is starting a business. So we had to look at a bunch of different places. We almost went for this really massive old train hall.
Way too big.
It was
It was like
Where's this
4
located?
or 5 times Iron House is now.
Locomotiefstraat.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Now-
Sligo,
Yeah.
like around there was an empty space,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so huge. I think it was 2,000 or 3,000 square meters.
Yeah, it was something
Oh
like
wow.
that.
Yeah. So
But because there's so little available.
and there was
also-
also
Yeah, exactly.
there were no facilities,
Okay,
so
we had to do everything.
yeah,
Oh, then
you
it's
had
everything,
to,
everything.
I think isolated. There was like
Oh yeah.
There was no bus halter
Yeah.
close by, and it was kind of dark in the back. So we
Yeah.
knew that ladies probably not feel very safe cycling to and away from the gym. So
yeah.
and we found
So
this.
then-
Choice.
We found this place, and I was actually on. Fleur was here. I was in Curacao for a funeral, and once we found this place, you have to get it approved by everyone. The people want to sell it, the bank, everyone has to go accord with it. So I was in Curacao, and then I get a phone call from Fleur, and I was more towards the west of the island where there's not a lot of really good connection. You're more towards the beaches, and Fleur calls me, and her sister and her brother-in-law were on the islands on vacation too, so we were together, and her sister says, "Oh, Fleur's calling your phone." So I'm like, "Huh? Why would she be calling me?" So I pick up the phone. I could barely hear her. It's like all kinds of staticky and shit. And I can hear she's yelling. I can hear she's like, woo! So like, what the fuck is going on? And then she, like, I stepped out the car and I kind of went on the edge of a cliff to like get a better reception. And she said, we got the place. And then
Party.
exactly. So it was a really, really beautiful moment that we got a place, because that was the biggest challenge, to find a place that makes sense. Because there were a lot of places, but they were all fucking tiny, and it didn't fit with our vision. And as you can see now, we have a lot of space. We love the high ceilings. It's clean. Everything is. Besides that, nothing in this fucking building is straight. None of the walls like walk straight. But besides that, it was a pretty wonderful spot to have had. Like bus halter right in front of the fucking door.
Yeah, not too far from Central.
No.
Good place.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like this when you guys started.
Fuck no.
So you got the place.
Yeah. And then the struggle started.
Yeah, because the stuff that's in Iron House, that's just transport and put it in.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like this at all, because for people that don't know, the huge holder.
Describe the gym before when we got the keys. Describe the gym.
It was very dusty. So we had to vacuum so much that every time we were done, vacuum, painting, Darryl was covered in like dust.
Oh,
like,
we literally vacuumed kilos of dust out of this place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And we didn't have proper vacuums. We just used like house vacuums because we were bootstrapping everything. We did everything the hard way.
Yeah, like what else? If you don't know what to use, like what should you
Don't
use?
know anything else then.
We vacuumed for 4 days straight, and it still wasn't really clean.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
we got sick from it, just inhaling dust. We weren't smart enough to think about, hey, maybe we should put on some masks or
something.
something.
Unhealthy.
Yeah.
That sounds very unhealthy.
Yeah. So
but there was this dirty carpet in front of the gym. Yeah, we kept it like that for too long.
Yeah.
Like
so
it
the
was-
front of the gym, like from the dumbbells all the way to the front, it was all like
Carpet.
the bijtegels.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have
gray ones
Yeah.
with
Okay.
holes in it, because there was a showroom in front of the gym.
Oh, yeah.
The front of the gym was a showroom.
Yeah.
And then there were holes in it. The floor was
nasty.
completely, but also cracked up.
Yeah, it was broken.
Every time you lifted the towel
The
up,
flooring was
the
like
flooring
was
was
busted.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not so good.
So we had to fill that
And-
also.
yeah. We had these massive walls in the back of the gym. We had, how do you say that? A small entrance. That
At
was
the
like
automatic
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
There was a
so
whole
2 automatic
like
doors.
second gallery entrance there that we had to like tear apart,
Yeah.
which we did ourselves, which is a horrible idea. Menno also helped us out when he was working for us back then in the beginning, but we didn't have we weren't able to put rubber flooring in the whole gym in one shot, because like the back of the gym where the roller is used to be a whole other like indoor storage. So first we made a hole in that so we have a place for the turf, and then we got that removed. And then we got the gallery thing removed, and then we had the whole back of the gym was open. So this is like the 5th or 6th version of Iron House, how it looks now.
And most people don't even know.
Nah, it looked hella crazy. But
Also, the walls,
yeah,
they didn't always look like this.
no.
No,
The walls we got were like this crazy green beige
Yeah.
poop color.
Yeah.
I call it crab poop. That looks like crab poop.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like what crab looks, but so we had to. What I like about our story and how we did Iron House is we didn't have much. We didn't have like a lot of mommy and daddy's money. We didn't have big people behind us. We didn't have any partners. We just bootstrapped everything that we could. So we did basically everything ourselves. The only thing that we didn't do was that the rig was installed for us from the people that we bought it from Power Cage. They installed that. Everything else we did. Every other assembly of the machines, placing it, moving it. We did the flooring ourselves. We had help with the flooring. We painted all the walls.
Well, first we tried to do the flooring ourselves in the back of the gym. Then when we got the front flooring, someone else did it, and then we redid the back.
Yeah.
So that's how it went. So
Because
it's like
I didn't
5 different colors.
I didn't fucking know that when you get those big rolls of rubber mats, that when you open it, you have to flip it over first, and that's what you lay out. I didn't fucking know. I've never done this shit before. Hey, I'm an
And
island
the walls
boy,
are
so
not straight.
we
So
do
he
rubber
was like
floors.
cutting, and then we were like, oh shit.
Should have flipped it, wrong cut,
Yeah.
do it all over again.
Yeah.
A lot
But-
of struggle.
Yeah.
We
Sounds
made
like
a lot of
struggle.
mistakes.
A lot of mistakes, but because we did everything ourselves, some of the walls in the front were black walls, so it took a good 4 coats of white paint to get them painted. The body we used to have, we basically built ourselves. We got a guy to build a metal frame, and then we just attached a bunch of panels to it. So we bootstrapped everything. We used my computer at home as the computer for the body for the music. We use thesis like a music system as like computer speakers for music. So we ghettoed the fuck out of it.
That was really cheap.
Yeah.
But because we had to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
We had a minimum support, like from we wanted to take as small a loan as possible from the bank to not be dependent on them. We invested everything that we could invest, and we just really, really bootstrapped it. And it was weeks of painting and vacuuming, and there used to be fucking disgusting tiles here too, like carpet tiles. When you remove them, this huge layer of glue. So scraping glue for days, trying to make it clean, and I still get them all. So there's some spots that I know specifically that there's a little bit of a, like a bubble in it because
you should never tell.
No, I just can't remove. I couldn't remove the glue, and I just fucking gave up.
Now everyone knows. Everyone's gonna be looking for those spots.
They're gonna try to find
lifting up the floor.
Don't you fucking lift up the rubber floor.
No, then we're gonna fight.
And
like,
well, they're also kind of glued. Like there's some stickiness on the.
So you're not getting that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the gym slowly started to take form. The first version of the gym just had basically where the dumbbell area is until where the turf starts now. That's what the actual first gym was. And where our office is now, that's where the men's changing room was. And where the bathroom, well, where the old office was, there used to be a whole other room that was a ladies' changing room. And none of it was super, like, clean or anything or aesthetic. It was just practical. It just had to work. The turf used to be along the wall where the iron house is now. It used to be a green turf. And that was the first version of the gym. We had a rig, we had some power cage and deadlift platforms, bars and weights and dumbbells. The dumbbells used to be where the member area is now, at the Bali. And that was basically it.
When we started Iron House, we had half a gym.
Yeah, we had half a gym.
Still made it work. How long was that for?
A long time, because it took our suppliers really long to deliver. There were a lot of delivery problems. So it took a long time for us to get our bodybuilding equipment, for example. And then we slowly had to just grow and progress. Again, we didn't do it like with a fucking fuck ton of money. We just had to build slowly and really focus on community and character and warmth. And it still paid off because a lot of people still came to the gym and they walked in and we had basically 10% of what we have now. And people were like, oh my God, this is so awesome, because most people had never trained in a rig before, in a power cage, on a deadlift platform with a power bar, with real iron plates. So everyone was just, that was enough. We had we had a reverse hyper back then. Also, back then we had it. We had like the Elite FTS bench press, which is just a big bench press. Everyone's using like shitty things from like Fit for Fear Basic Fit. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh my God, you can put bands on this. This is awesome.
Oh, so this leather material. It's it's non-slippery.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my God, you guys have a track bar. Yeah. So we made it work, and we just focused mostly on having a lot of character and having really good ambiance and a good atmosphere. I mean, the first 200 members, we knew everyone's name, and we tried to connect with everyone. At some point, that becomes a little bit difficult, but that was. We
also did a thing by literally checking in someone
by hand.
Every time someone walked in.
So no checking thing.
You had to know the name.
Yeah, that was something.
You had to know everyone by name.
Yeah, and then
that's dedication right there.
That was a weekly challenge. So you'll be talking about someone, and someone comes in and say hi, and you're like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And they come up like, "Fuck, what's his name?" You ask someone next to you, and then you ask him like, "Fuck, what's his name?" And Fleur comes in like, "Fleur, what's his name?" Like, his name is Bart. Like, okay, cool, Bart. And then you type it in, and there's 14 Barts. Like, fuck, which Bart is it? And that was basically the beginning. And then we slowly progressed and slowly built out the gym. And
because that was how many years ago? September it will be.
September we have been open 6 years. Yeah.
So this is about 6 years.
It took a long while before we actually got the gym to where it was, because again, we had no idea what we were doing. We were basically learning as we were going. But I think what makes me and Fleur different is that we're very aware of the process of, trial and error, learning, progress. Everything is a skill to be learned. So we really invested time into learning what we could. And we're very passionate entrepreneurs. We did a business course, but we've been self-studying for probably the last 10 years. We've probably read and watched every single business-oriented, entrepreneur-oriented video on YouTube. It's something we're very passionate about, so we knew that was part of the journey. We had to learn, we had to become good entrepreneurs. And luckily it paid off, because we were able to incorporate a lot of our charm into the gym, and people just wanted to be part of our community. Everyone felt
just
welcome
like you.
home. Yeah.
So tell your story about it.
About Iron House?
Yeah, the first time you came in.
Okay,
that's a good story.
Okay, super quickly. First time I came in. When's the first time I came in?
long
It
time
was
ago.
it was
3-4
You
years
should
ago.
old.
remember this.
It was turf on the left side, green, old Bali, dumbbells still at the member area, and I was young. I was like, now if people see me, I'm intimidating.
You got old now.
You still
No, but I look
had
a
a
lot-
baby face then.
Yeah, I look a lot more mature. Back then, I looked like I was 13 or 14, and I just moved to Utrecht. And then I was looking for a place to work out. And my roommate now, Kevin, he knew Iron House because he worked out here like two times because we were living in Nijkerk back then. And then he was like, oh, yeah. And I was living in Overvecht back then for like 3 months. And I just came here, started working out.
Yeah, because you were used to gyms in the States. Because you
Yeah,
lived there a
exactly.
while.
Because I just came from the States and I didn't want to go to Basic Fit. So then I was looking for something like that. And then I just came here, worked out, rode the bike for 20 to 25 minutes every day. Sucked. I came in every day at 6:30 back then.
I remember.
I know.
I remember
It was
this shit.
tough. And
Yeah.
after that, I would go to school. And then the worst thing was that I would take pre-workout in the morning. So when I was in school, I would fall asleep because I would have like this
Yeah.
crazy
You hit
day.
the wall.
Oh my God.
I was like, schmack. And then I would just be asleep. And then after that, I would just go work. So, yeah. And then at some point, I got fired.
From
I got
where?
fired at my old job.
Really?
Yeah, because I was fighting with the manager.
So you never
because-
told me this?
No, I know.
That's so Sophian.
I got fired at the old job because I was just arguing because she always came late and then she always complained when I was late for 1 minute. So I was like, yeah, well, if you don't do it, then you can't tell me what to do. And then week after, she goes, yeah. Well, we think this is a good end. I'm like, okay, cool. And then exactly that week, I was going to walk up there and be like, yo, are you guys looking for people? And then, like, you left. I remember because I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to finish the set. And while I was doing the set, Darryl left. I was like, fuck, I missed him. And then the day after, I was here again, and then you posted on Instagram. I was like, let's go. And I walk up to Amy, be like, hey, I see you guys are looking for people. What do I do? Send an email, this and that. And then I had to talk to Fleur. And I went on vacation for 6 weeks. So I was gone for 6 weeks. So I had to, like, do the whole...
I remember.
It was a struggle.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
And now look at
Been
you.
there ever since. Exactly.
When
I'm
now,
not a baby anymore.
Not anymore.
but now you're also part of our inner. You're a part of our family.
Yeah.
Like you've been through our wedding.
Yeah.
Like you take care of our dog.
Yeah.
So
Lovely.
like so now like we're homies.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not just employee and...
Yeah, and that's kind of also what we try to create in the gym. We want people to feel like family because for me, culturally, that's how I am. That's really important to me. And I think that's also what really set us apart because, yeah, I dare you to find a friendlier gym or people who are more welcoming and warm. And all our staff tends to also kind of morph into that. That's just kind of how we are. It's one big family feeling.
Did you guys have that in mind when you guys started Iron House?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have in mind, I
Absolutely.
want to have a place like this?
Yeah, because you got to imagine me coming from Curacao, living here, like it's a bit more of a disconnected, less engaged, cold culture. People are more individualistic. That's just how it is. And I'm used to the islands where it's very, very, village oriented, together, and
And basically, at every other gym, because they're commercial, you're just a number.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you show up, if you come to the gym, if you come work out.
They don't
or
care.
If you
As long as
just
you pay.
yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yeah. And we want to make sure people know that we actually give a shit. Because you spend a lot of your time at gym. Most people have work or school, their home situation, their outside the home relationships, and they have that one X factor, that one thing they spend time on, whether it's a hobby or it's like fitness or whatever. So it takes up a lot of your time. So we knew that we want to be a place where people are happy to come spend the time. If the gym is a place you want to be, then it's easy to reach fitness goals. It's easy to be healthy. If it feels like a chore or it feels like a punishment to go somewhere, then it's always going to be a struggle. So we knew we want people to feel welcome. That's why from the beginning we always did member events. Well, we couldn't do much. I think the first time we had like a member event, it was like inside here. We did a board game night. So
No, I think the first member event was the bench press.
was that before the board game night?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know what board game
Talk
night
about
you're talking about.
What bench press? Bench press what?
Just a
Competition.
random bench competition.
Yeah, there was
Oh.
a literally heaviest bench press competition.
Okay.
It
And
was
it
a-
was like so
one
so
rep max,
little-
and then it was also like for reps. It was like super
Random.
informal and
Yeah.
random.
Just
Like,
whoever wants to join can
Tom,
join. this
Tom
and that.
Hankins was also part of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Benched,
members that we
150
have them.
something.
I still have a picture of Tom and his wife like from then, like in the competition.
I should pull that up sometime.
But the board game night was fun
Luva
because
was also
Luva was
joining.
also there.
Yeah.
The board game night was fun because we had a beamer, and Robert Lockhurst brought his GameCube, and we just played Mario Kart on the big empty walls.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that was
as
fun.
fuck. And then
sounds like
But we
fun.
had multiple board game nights.
yeah, so
So-
we wanted to make sure to do stuff like that. That was just part of our vision for the gym. Same as we knew we wanted to do at least one charity event every year just to give back. Because if you're only serving yourself, then there's no point.
Yeah.
And
So you guys been doing charity events since
yeah, unfortunately
The
during
beginning.
COVID
yeah.
lockdown, we couldn't do big events like we like to, but we've done
Yeah,
charity
the-
truck pull, we've done a Be a Hero event, empowering girls. Oh yeah,
That was I think that was the first one.
first
and then,
proper one.
Yeah, and then we got so many women lifting.
Yeah,
What was that about?
Like it was a powerlifting competition.
Yeah, like a mock
Our
meet.
first.
But all girls, and we worked together with shit, I can't remember the name. It's a very specific name, but it's
Microwave?
no, they sponsored
Oh,
Safe Spaces.
Safe Space.
Yeah, Safe
Yeah.
Spaces. So they're a charity that works with young girls in impoverished countries to make sure that they get after-school activities, that they get their school materials paid for. So we organized it for them, and with what we raised up, we were able to support 3 girls for a whole year in school. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was in Uganda, but I can't remember for sure. But that was
Sorry.
That's
but
a good.
yeah, but that was a really big event. It was really fun, and
Yeah.
we just we never organized something like that before, but we just do our research. We think what will make it great, what will make it fun, what will people want to be a part of, and we just execute that, and it turned to be a really really big
I
hit.
think that was one of the biggest events we had
I th-
till this point.
No, I think you remember it a lot bigger because we were so small back then. But
Yeah.
the mock meets and NCAD juniors
They were huge.
like hundreds of people here. So,
Yeah, they were huge.
but those are just some of the example of like the crazy shit that you go through when you gotta just figure shit out. There's no blueprint for it. You can't
have to go on
Google.
the fly.
You can't Google. The amateur's guide to starting a gym or something. You just gotta make good decisions
out.
and make sure you're a little bit educated and informed.
Yeah.
And we always focus on what do the people need to have a great experience. What would you want to share with people, and just do that. I mean, the reason we have a lot of the special equipment that we have in the gym, we think people would think it's really fucking dope to have that, so let's just get it.
Yeah. Didn't start off like that, but now
Yeah.
basically everything you can imagine is now at Iron House.
Yeah. Even though Iron House as it is now, for me, that's like 70% of
Exactly.
what
That's what I was
what
going to
a-
ask. Where's because this has taken, let's say, 6 years, just to make it a little easy. Where do you guys see Iron House in 5 years from now? Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be here? Is it gonna be different place? Is it gonna be
Well,
another
if
location?
we keep growing, we might need a bigger place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's definitely something that we could think about.
Or a second place.
Okay.
Second place.
People
There was
also
like,
to
yeah,
notice.
you had to start up Utrecht. I'm
Still-
like, another city.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
the goal is to share the Iron House experience with more people. So that's the goal. Whether we do it on scale or we do it on volume, that's remains to be seen. But I think we are more than special enough to and successful enough to have it be more than it is.
Yeah.
And as long as we can maintain the essence of what it is now and make sure that people that love us now will continue to love us, then we want to go from there. But the gym itself, just also
Yeah, and we also want to upgrade the current.
yeah.
things are
Gym.
there here.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're at
But-
70%.
Yeah.
What will make it? What will make it 100? Just
If
now,
you-
I want to know.
I mean, we're getting some new equipment in a few months.
What's a start?
It's a start.
Yeah.
There's some few specialty equipment that we want to have, but that are super super specific that you can't just go online and buy it. Our services, of course, need to be expanded more than they already are. And we're doing some also renovations in the gym just to make it aesthetically more pleasing. We have a very very clean and minimalistic gym, which everyone likes, but we got to put a little bit more character in it. So that's what we're focusing on this year and next year. And at that point, I think we're done.
What do you want to see?
What do I want to see? I want to see Iron House all over the Netherlands.
She was asking like equipment in the gym, and you're
Oh, my
You're
bad.
thinking
My bad.
Empire shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm thinking, okay, let me put like another.
Doesn't matter where I am, I
Let
can
me-
train at my gym.
Yeah, no, because I'm from Amersfoort, so I'm like, okay, put the Iron House in Amersfoort because I know for sure it will fit there. Let's put one not in
There
Amsterdam because
has
there's
been
a
a
million.
gym, a powerlifting kind of gym in Amersfoort.
Which one?
There's only one Iron House though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say there's
I'm
no
just saying.
gym,
No, no.
anything close to being Iron House in that area.
Let's just say that is the goal. Luckily, me and Fleur are very young. I just turned 31. Fleur is 27, almost turning 28. So we have the podcasting is telling me to hurry the fuck up.
We gotta fucking go
We gotta
now.
hurry.
We gotta
Girl,
fucking
you
go.
talk too much.
Let's see. We got 15 minutes left. That's enough.
15.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
but
good.
but the we're still very young, so there's a lot of time left for us to do that, and we've already learned to execute at a high level, and we've learned from so many mistakes. I mean, we've everything you can fuck up. I know I fucked up. I'm very much a person. I'll just do it, figure it out, because I don't mind making mistakes. I love making mistakes. I love.
Daryl calls it learning money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
It's a good way to
Yeah.
call it.
And also
Learning money.
failing forward, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm all about that life. So that's why we wanted to do everything in the beginning ourselves. We also couldn't afford any help because, again, we did it really like the fucking hustle way. And that creates an environment where you have to learn and learn in a way that it really ingrains in you. So, like for us, starting a gym is no longer a challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is in maintaining a really happy community. That's where it is. Like
Finding the right people.
yeah, anyone can put equipment in a space, but that's not what makes a gym. You want people who, we like to say that people come to us on their best day, but people also come to us on their worst day, and that's what you have to be able to portray to people. I mean, we've had people here who were going through the worst things ever in their lives, and they chose to come to the gym to share with us, or to have this be their safe space, or be their escape from the stuff they have to deal with, and that's what makes a difference. And luckily there's a lot of gyms that have that. So that's the work you want to be able to do with this. You're serving people, and we were happy that we became that very naturally. We always stuck to our personality, how we are. And luckily it turned out that way. We didn't have to fake it, I think. I think we didn't have to go like, hey, hoe gaat het? Goedemorgen. Hoe gaat het met jou vandaag?
Just kept it real all the way through.
Just kept it real. But yeah, we're just really warm, loving people. I mean,
Yeah, people also feel that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
it shows.
Yeah, the honesty.
Yeah,
honesty is, I guess,
definitely shows. Definitely
There's
shows.
another word for it, but I cannot.
genuine,
Yeah.
sincere.
Sincerity.
Yeah, I guess
That's
so.
a good one. So you guys, Daryl's mentioned it plenty of times, struggled. What was the biggest struggle each of you? Maybe it's something stupid like, the lock on the front door was a little bit too high.
I mean, besides COVID?
Yeah, besides COVID.
okay,
No, let's go back to old days. Like
Old days, okay.
starting up Iron House. What was the biggest struggle? Let's say the first year.
Having
so
no
many.
earn no
Earning
money
nothing.
and then having to open at 6:30 and then
Closing at 1
close
o'clock
at
at
1
night.
o'clock
Yeah.
In the morning.
So working, what is it?
We worked
Six days.
Yeah, we worked 70 to 80 hours for the first year and a half. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
With no money.
If it was a 60-hour work week, that was like, oh, nice, I got some free time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doing everything yourself.
Everything.
So from cleaning to finding and figuring out the whole thing.
Yeah, now we have a
to-
cleaning service. Back then, the rule was the person who closes vacuums the whole back of the gym. The person who opens
Okay.
mops the whole front back of the gym.
You happy
I'm
it
very
isn't the
happy.
case anymore?
Yeah.
Very happy that's not the case anymore because it takes a lot of
So
time.
sometimes if I'm here unexpectedly, I like to vacuum or something, and then I get literally like flashbacks to like stroking the vacuum and then looking up and seeing I still have to do all this shit.
Yeah.
Little bit of PTSD sometimes. Yeah, but that was hardcore.
And I think dealing with negative things also.
As in,
Yeah, like at some point, I don't know why, but we got all these prank calls
Yeah,
and
trolls.
weird things going on. Weird people coming into the gym. I don't know. It was like bullying.
We got review trolled.
Yeah,
it's
also.
a lot of bad reviews.
Yeah.
Fake reviews, because all gyms in Utrecht got the same reviews from the same people,
Yeah.
except for one gym.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention who. So it was very suspicious too if, the same people who were giving us in all the gyms around us bad reviews, same kind of reviews, like very, very like exaggerative things. But all of them were giving this one specific gym really good review. So, you kind of knew what was
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
And it's,
So that was like something definitely at that point, you're still like, oh, I need to figure this out. People need to know that I'm a good gym and there are good people. And
haven't really established your name yet. And then shit like that happens.
Yeah. You, at that point, you think it matters more than it does.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Also, you make things bigger.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the biggest struggle now running Iron House? Because now, you like back then, it was a 60-hour work week fully at Iron House.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are still working super hard, but it's not 60 hours being here, cleaning, all that stuff. So what's the biggest struggle right now? Or is it all...
I don't think we can qualify anything as struggle anymore. I think we've worked hard enough for it not to be a struggle. I think we have the luxury now to make more difficult decisions. So the direction and what we want to do with it. And we have the luxury of getting to focus on more intricate things. It's not difficult, but we want to make sure the staff is happy, that everyone has a comfortable place to feel they can thrive. Troubleshooting things in the gym. So I think I don't experience any struggles now. I think we're in a very good place, and we love to work hard. I mean, we still work a lot of hours, but because we're working on a lot of different things, we just like to work hard. But I don't think there's any struggle.
Yeah.
I do have one thing that I really remember struggling with a little bit in the beginning, because when we first started Iron House, you would tell people about it, and you're excited and shit. And I used to struggle a little bit with people not matching my excitement about it. We're starting, because if someone told me, hey, I'm starting a powerlifting gym, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. But in the beginning, I had a lot of doubters, and a lot of like naysayers. And I remember thinking to myself, like, it's very annoying to have people second guess you at everything you do. And then people also, when you're starting off, they'd be like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. Oh, yeah, this is a bad decision. Yeah. So
I also told you last week or something, someone came to me, a member, and he told me, are you working here? So I was like, yeah, I'm the owner. I'm one of the owners. And then that person was like, why aren't you studying? So I was like, I finished my studies.
First of all, student for life.
So I have a diploma. So what then? Yeah, but you can do this or you can do that.
Yeah, but you can also run Iron House.
Yeah, but so, like, is that your only point of view in life?
There's a bit of a stigma that you have.
Definitely.
And yeah, I think we also always struggled with just being taken seriously.
Yeah.
For like how, like, you know.
Still struggle with that sometimes?
In the beginning, it was hard because Fleur, as a female, also, you notice that when you have to talk with bigger companies and partners, that you would just hear a condescending tone, but they didn't know that Fleur's stuff is a motherfucker. So sometimes Fleur would shut these motherfuckers down. I wish you guys could hear those phone calls from back then. Fleur would be like, excuse the fuck out of you, and then put them in their place. That was like, oh, that was hella dope to see. Like, just like in a very professional way, but then shut them the fuck up, you know? But we had to do that regularly because people see you and they see the gym, and the gym was half built, and they're like, oh no, we're not gonna deal with these people. And for me, I'm not Dutch, and as best as I try to make a Dutch impression, they can hear on the phone they're not Dutch. So you can tell that that's for people a barrier to like, work with you. So that was annoying in the beginning as well. But then at some point we figured out, fuck it, we're gonna do our own thing, do it ourselves, and we'll just prove to ourselves that we don't need to jump through those hoops.
Good. What's the biggest lesson that you guys have learned? That's the biggest lesson? Maybe something different. Bam. That's throughout the whole 6 years or 7 years.
The biggest lesson. What's I already see you're laughing.
I really don't know.
No?
No, I think one of the lessons is, work hard and don't mind the negative things, and just do what you gotta do. And in the end, it will be fine. Or it will not, but then you did everything.
Then it'll also be fine.
Then it's not your guilt to carry.
And don't depend on anyone else but yourself.
No. Don't. Two things that always stick with me now is that, one, don't expect everyone to love your thing as much as you do. That's unfair, because when you put your heart and soul into something, people can't match that. They didn't do the same thing. So expecting that is an unfair expectation. And what Fleur says, the biggest lesson for me, for sure, has been this too shall pass. All the shit we go through, all like the weird things we happen with the lockdown. And at that, I remember every single time at that moment how worried we were and how fucking anxious and sometimes angry at the situation and circumstances. And then you're convinced that I gotta go in overdrive now. Then we would make ourselves come in when we didn't have to come in to just make sure we're putting in the hours just in case, and then it ends up solving itself, or the roots that you laid down, the work you did beforehand will solve it for you. So not worrying in the moment and panicking, like, oh my God, this is going to make or break the business. This too shall pass. Good things also, sometimes you're on a high and things are going fantastic and you think, I'm untouchable.
And then boom.
But that also passes. And sometimes you're dealing with a lot of extra shit and someone's sick, and you got to close at 1 o'clock and open at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then you're thinking, this is not going to work. And that passes too. And you find that baseline where we are now, and our baseline is very happy, awesome community, the best members you can ask for. Like, I'll fight you in the streets. Best members ever. Seriously.
We'll fight any other gym that
hundreds and hundreds
with us.
Hundreds and hundreds of people. We have no issues, no like cocky arrogance, struggle, strive, nothing, no racial issues, no unacceptance, no people feeling disengaged, disconnected. It's very hard to have this many people in one space and everyone be chill. Everyone is empathetic. Everyone is just nice and warm and friendly. You can go up to anyone, even the quiet dudes who just come in and put in their music and work out. Even they're super sweet.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that makes up for everything.
Yeah. So basically, you're trying to say trust the process.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Build a good process first, and then
build
trust
a process, and then
Yeah.
trust it.
Yeah.
And you're in yourself.
And then go with it and trust in yourself.
Yeah.
And work hard as fuck.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to wrap this up. I want to thank you two
Thank you.
for telling the story.
I think Fleur did really good for her first time on
Me
the
too.
podcast. Yeah, that's good.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna cut that as short and put it on Instagram.
I talk a lot, but like Fleur did really, really well. Don't do it. Don't you dare. Don't.
That's for the people. Okay, guys, thank you guys for watching.
Hey, don't forget to follow our podcast. It's on Spotify and our podcast now. We have a video version on YouTube, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the like button because that's what the algorithm wants you to do. That's how YouTube actually gives a shit about us. Leave a comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And this
Or who you want to see here.
Yeah, this is going to be the first episode I'm posting.
Yes.
So let us know what you guys want to talk about on the podcast. We have coaches. We can talk about fitness and training, and we can go deep into some subjects. We can keep it nice and light. So let us know, and especially let us know if you want Fleur to be featured in more episodes.
Which you should.
Which you should.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, guys,
I guess
and listening.
so.
Take it easy. Peace. Fuck, I forgot to mention it's the first episode.
Dat zei ik heinig gezegd.
Yeah, I know, but not in the beginning. But
I think you did.
honestly,